Bernina 880 Tooltip with Color Wheel with Susan Fears.
Hi, really glad that everybody could join us for another great new feature about the Bernina 880, and that is Color Wheel. And this is a great way to get more mileage out of all the beautiful designs that are built into your machine. So there's 400 motifs built into the Bernina 880, and you may love the design, but maybe it's not quite the color scheme you're crazy about. So with Color Wheel, you're able to change that. So you can colorize your decor, you can change the motifs to match a project that you have in mind or a particular fabric. It's very simple to bring this design up in the Color Wheel screen. So use the slider to recolor the design, but also change the brightness, so the intensity of the color as well. So we're going to step through. I'm going to show you a couple examples about that, and then the beautiful thing is once you have it translated to the thread that the color that you like on screen, it automatically changes that to the thread library that you originally started with. I'll also show you how to recolor for another thread library. So let's take a look at the Bernina 880. This is what your machine would look like if you're in embroidery. So I'm going to go ahead and select from the motifs folder this lovely large monogram, and these are big letters. So let's just select one of these, and to go to Color Wheel, all you need to do is select the Color tab, and your Color Wheel icon is this little rainbow. When you select the rainbow, you just move the slider, just touch the screen and move the slider until you find a color arrangement that you find pleasing. And so there is no right or wrong way. I'm thinking I'm kind of liking this right now, but don't forget you can also change the intensity of the color. Doesn't that look great? So you need something to be a little brighter or maybe a little less bright, then you can certainly make all of those changes. When we're finished, let's go back and take a look at the color palette, and here you get to see all of the different colors or all the colors that have been changed to my new color scheme. Isn't that great? So this is our color wheel. So let's say that you want a different thread library. This is the Isocord thread library. That is apparently the color library we started with. So to change thread libraries, let's select the that little round symbol, and this is where you're able to scroll through and change thread brands. So let's say you find the one you want, you touch the changing the thread brand, and when we go back to our color palette, all of our colors have now been translated from Isocord to Madeira. So this is a great way to work with threads that you have or designs that you have. So let's take a look, because there's one other really cool thing about Color Wheel I want to show you. I'm going to go back to selecting a new design. So I'm going to select, sorry, not an alphabet, but one of our pretty designs in our Bernina folder, like this little rose. And just to give ourselves a little bit more space, let's select the oval hoop. And I'm going to get a second one of these, and by dragging and dropping I can change the orientation, and I'm just going to mirror image it just for the sake of it. And now I have both of my roses on screen. To go into the color wheel function, I'm going to close the information icons, go into my color tab, and just like we did before, I could recolor both of these roses to be the exact same thing, just like if I had a single design. But you also can go into Color Wheel, and you can use these arrows, and you can recolor just one of the designs at a time, or each design on the screen individually. So remember to look at these little layers. So we are in Color Wheel, we have one of our motifs selected, and now I'm just going to start playing, and I'm just going to move the wheel until I find something that looks good to me. And then I'm going to maybe adjust the brightness or the lightness just a little, and I like it right there. So let's select the arrow for the other rows, and let's play around a little bit with this one and see if we can come up with something that's pleasing. And again, changing the lightness and the brightness may give us a little bit more options that we might like instead. So let's go with this and see how we like it. And now if I look at both of them, I see that I've got a blue and a kind of a purpley version. So I'm finished with changing my colors. How about turning this into the exact thread that I'm going to put onto my thread stand to sew? Touch the little breadcrumb of the color palette and it shows me what my colors are going to be in the design with my recolored tools. So, but what if I have a different thread library? Again, let's select one of the threads and then scroll to the library that you would like to see. And you can see there's quite a variety of different threads here. So let's select the, I think it's Robison Anton. Let's stick with the poly threads. And this time when we touch the changing thread brand icon and go back to our color palette, now I see that I have all of those colors translated from Isochord to this new thread library. So that is a great way to work with Color Wheel. It's a fantastic new feature, and so often we judge everything on color. Color Wheel should help you look beyond the color of the design and look at what the design is, because there are beautiful designs built into your 880 and there's beautiful designs out there, and this is a very easy way to change color to use for all of the projects that you have dreamed about doing and always have the right color. So I hope you'll have fun exploring and working with Color Wheel, and thanks for joining us on our tool tip for the BERNINA 880 Color Wheel.